I want to chat real fast about the identity shift that burnout causes in us. And I think that this is going to be a really juicy episode. And I also think that this is I think it's a little bit different than what most people talk about. I think when most people start to talk about burnout, they're just like, your life's going to be so amazing. And here's how you fix it. And I speak like that all the time because absolutely, like healing burnout is my jam. And talking about how to heal it is something I love to speak about. And, the nervous system regulation, the healing, all of that. But burnout changes your identity. And nobody's talking about that. And I want you to realize how validated you are in all of the shit that you're going through. So let's cue the intro. Let's go. We're going to chat about this. Hey, friend. Welcome to the Ready to Rise podcast. This is the podcast for ambitious, successful women who've checked off all the boxes: the career, the routines, the self-help books, and therapy. We've done it all. But if you're still feeling numb, stuck, or like you're just going through the motions, you're in the right place, because I've totally been there and I've healed myself using the tools that I now teach. I got certified in them so that I could help other women do the same. I'm your host, Audrey Rose, a registered nurse and somatic life coach, and I'm here to help you stop just coping, stop just going through the motions, and actually start feeling good again in your life, feeling happy again. Each week, we explore nervous system regulation, emotional wellness, and rituals that are rooted in ancient wisdom, ancient practices, so you can stop just going through the motions and stop just getting by and start really feeling lit up and alive and fully plugged in again. This is about real happiness, the kind that fills your body, lights you up, and helps you create a life that you are obsessed to wake up for. So are you ready? Because I'm excited to help you feel like you again. Burnout stole everything from me. So you guys, literally, I look back on this period and I also think that it's part of the reason why I started this podcast in the first place was to have like a vlog, so to speak, or like an like an audio blog. I don't know, to really understand and like, what is it, like set in stone? Like, I don't even know how you say that, but like just to have this part of my life somewhere, yeah, solid, like somewhere set in stone that I could like look back on one day. I can't believe how much burnout stole from me. And I bet that you're feeling the same way in your life. I look back now that I'm finally coming out of it, I look back and I'm like, holy, wait, what? I gained 100 pounds. I completely let myself go. I didn't even recognize myself anymore. I wasn't like doing my hair. I wasn't like little things that truly I don't think, matter. I'm not the kind of person that says, you have to always look polished and put together at all times. But when I look back at my burnout self, it is like a super frizzy, wiry hair, messy bun. And even just looking at like the quality of my hair, I just like look back and I'm like, whoa, you can tell that that person just wasn't healthy at all. I wasn't eating well. I wasn't doing my supplements. I wasn't doing my workout. I didn't have energy for anything. I don't even know what I was doing with my life. I literally was laying on the couch, watching TV, ordering food, fast food, rinse and repeat. I completely lost track of myself. I wasn't, partaking in any of my hobbies. I wasn't doing anything with my husband. I wasn't really engaged in my family. I don't know what I was doing. I think I just really watched a lot of TV and a lot of time laying on the couch. I don't even know. I don't even know where that girl went. I spent a lot of time throwing my hair up in a super messy bun, wearing stained pajamas from day to day, showering when the mood struck, and trying to just survive, like trying to just like stay alive, I guess, just trying to manage things. It's insane how many things I missed. I wasn't being proactive on my life at all, like at all. And I think that that's what hit me the most recently. So at the end of 2025, I had to get a root canal because I hadn't been taking care of like my hygiene. Like I was brushing my teeth, but I wasn't going to the dentist. I hadn't gone to the dentist since like before COVID. So embarrassing, but like that was my reality. I was so burned out that I wasn't doing anything for myself. I wasn't making like my yearly doctor appointments and lab work. I wasn't doing, the dentist check-ins and all of that. And so it shifted as I started to come out of burnout. That was one of the things that I finally was able to start to heal, was like the health stuff, right? I think that coming out of burnout happened in stages where I started to get some energy back and I started to eat a little bit better. Then I started to get my hobbies back. That was like a big one for me, where like the whale watching, if like I'm such a whale watching nerd. I just love to go. I just went this morning actually and saw a couple of whales out there. I just love to do that. And so I think like, that started to come back into play, and like going to like bookstores and going to get like coffee with a friend, like those kinds of things started to happen. Getting friendly, my friend and family connections back. That's starting to happen again. And then into the health stuff. That was kind of the last to come, like the doctor's appointments, the dentist appointments. So it was right around that time when that part was starting to come back, like online, so to speak, that my root canal happened. And it just kickstarted this whole process for me where I realized, like, whoa, I have been so burned out for so long that all of these things have completely gone to the back burner. I had a whole new identity. The burnout identity that, was just so strong. I mean, I wasn't doing anything for myself. I lost a lot of friendships during that burnout time. A lot of people just didn't hang in my life because I didn't have the energy to reach out, to message people, to talk to people. I just couldn't face it. I couldn't deal with any of it. I just didn't have the energy. And now that I look back and now that I'm coming out of it and I'm like on the other side where it's like, whoa, like, maintaining my haircut, right? Like I do my hair almost every single day and I cut my hair. It looks a little different, but like getting my hair done, actually taking care of it, actually blowing it out, actually having time to like go get pedicures, like whatever it is, right? Those kinds of things I wasn't able to do back then. And I don't recognize that woman anymore in those pictures. I like look at her and I'm just like, whoa, you really didn't have the energy. That's the burnout identity. I hate it when women, criticize each other and look and say, oh, wow, she's just so lazy, or she's just, wow, she just doesn't care about herself, or she's letting herself go. Because I look at myself back then and I'm like, I felt so insecure about myself during that time period because I knew that that's probably what people are saying. That's probably what people are thinking about me, is that she is just such a lazy fuck, you know? But that wasn't the case. I just didn't have the energy. I had nothing left to be my normal self. The identity that I had was literally the burnout girl, right? That was my identity at that time. It was throw your hair up. And again, like I said, like literally looking at the quality of my hair, it's so interesting. Like I look at pictures and I'm like, whoa, the nutrition just was so poor that my strands of hair were just so skinny and just like, it's just so different, right? Like wiry, skinny hair. It's so weird. But when you look at yourself, when you're deep in the burnout like that, I mean, you can't think of those things. You're not like, let me make myself really nutritious meal preps. Let me really take care of myself. Let me get better sleep. Like you are resting and you're exhausted and you're just always in bed, but you're not necessarily getting good sleep or healing. You're just like, blah, burned out, exhausted, crispy. Your nervous system is so freaking fried that the little things happening, the little parts of you trying to continue your daily life, like just going to work and coming home, right? Just going to the grocery store, just ordering food for dinner, whatever. These little things are like using up all of your spoons. And so you start your day at this level of massive exhaustion. and then you still continue to give just to stay surviving, like just to do your day, your very simple day of like work and home and laundry. Hey friend, I am so excited to pop in here really quick and announce that the Rise retreats are back. So if you've been feeling exhausted or irritated or like you've just overall lost your spark, but you can still go to work and crush it, right? Pick up the kids, do all the things. Then you feel later like you're just going through the motions, right? You're numbing with wine, you're leaving all your friends on red, you're yelling at your husband because he cannot find the ketchup again. Like, absolutely, I've been there because it's right in front of his face, honestly. But still, right? This is the sign that your nervous system is trying to just tell you that it's overwhelmed. It can't take anymore, right? And I know that this is trending on Instagram, but the thing is, you really don't need to just quit your career that you've worked your brains off for, right? No. So it's time to just process some of the stress, regulate our nervous system, reset, so that we can hear ourselves again, right? We can relax, we can feel like ourselves again. And some of us don't really know where to start. Like that was me a few years ago on my burnout journey. I had no idea where to start when I started to feel all of these things, exhausted, irritated, all of that. And that is what Rise retreats are for. So we are going to be meeting for a 3-day experience. This retreat is going to be in the hills of Castro Valley, California. It's so freaking gorgeous. This is like a huge, beautiful gated house up in the, mountains. We have all of these really beautiful balconies that are like in the trees. I can't even explain. Like, pictures are on IG. You have to check it out because it is freaking gorgeous. We are going to be meeting October 9th through 11th, and there are just very limited spots. I keep them very intimate so that I can truly dive in with each of you and kind of tailor the experience, right? A few spots are already taken. I know. And the link is in the show notes, or, DM me personally so that we can connect. We can get on a little coffee chat and just find out if it's a good fit for you. And you can come and join us. Maybe a shower if you're like feeling excited. And so you're just so depleted all the time. You're just living in this state of just pure depletion, until you start to finally learn the nervous system practices, the somatic healing practices, how to truly start to heal and recover from that period of your life, and then start to come out of it. You're just stuck there. And so I was thinking about that, and I know, like, I guess there's not like a massive lesson, but I just want you to like feel validated. Like, if you have gone through that period and you're looking back now, like I am, at like myself during the burnout period, and like that's a whole different woman. And it's like, I feel some of the guilt. So I just wanted to share this with you guys and like be like, dude, you're so validated. If you're having that experience where you're like, whoa, I wish that I could have pulled you out of the mud so much quicker. I wish I could have gotten you out of that hole so much sooner. But I couldn't because I didn't know how. I didn't have the resources. I didn't know that this massive depletion was going to take so long to heal. But now we are where we are, and we can either, like, if you're on your journey to get out of burnout, like I got you, reach out. Like, this is what I'm here for. Let's do it, right? Come to a retreat. The retreat's the perfect place to heal. Work with me one-on-one, whatever it is. Let's do it now. Like, now I have the resources. Now I have the tools to, okay, let's get out of this hole. Or maybe, like me, you're out of that hole now, but you're like, I am never getting sucked back into that. I cannot let that happen to me. So now we just continue to use the tools, the somatic healing, the practices, right? Healing ourselves to not get into that. For me, it's the beach. Something about being at the ocean just completely calms me, re-regulates my nervous system, helps me to just release the stuck energy that's sitting here. And so I realized that, like, if I'm very like in a very hectic part of my life, or, like picking up a lot of overtime or overscheduling myself or working really hard like that, I have to intentionally add those parts back in of like, okay, let's get to the beach. Let's make sure you're doing your practices. Let's make sure you're doing the healing. You're using your sound baths. Like, let's get in there and let's really do the healing so that you are preventing the burnout from happening. But all of that to say, I know you feel bad for letting yourself get to that in the first place, but we didn't really know any better. And that version of us that, just was so burned out, that version of us had to exist so that this version of us now can exist. There's nothing wrong with what happened, right? It just happened. So I know that there's probably some guilt there. You might feel the guilt that I'm feeling. You might feel like, whoa, like what even was that? Like burnout created a whole identity. It sucks. You missed a lot of time with friends and family. You missed a lot of dinners, a lot of gatherings, a lot of getting drinks with people that you love. You missed a lot of time of maybe like your nieces and nephews or your, best friends' kids growing up. Or, you might have missed so many things, right? Maybe you yourself, you didn't, like for me, it's like I always feel so guilty. Like I didn't take my dog on enough walks during that time period. I didn't crush it during that time period. I didn't have the energy to like eat healthy during that time period. Whatever. But now we are where we are, and we're shedding the burnout identity. We're shedding that identity of us that did all those things, that lived like that had to order food every single night because she was too tired to eat healthy on her own by cooking something. The burnout ran so deep. Just sit with yourself for a minute and remind yourself that you are not a lazy fuck. You're not a lazy fuck. You're not a piece of trash. None of those things. It's just the guilt from missing out on things, from comparing ourselves. But it's super validated the burnout that you were in and how that affected you. But now we're turning it around. So I'm here. I'm here for any way, whenever you're ready to turn it around. Come listen to the podcast for all the tips and tricks. Come to a retreat, work with me one-on-one, whatever it is for you that's going to help you to heal and to continue to stay out of the burnout. I'm freaking here for it, girl. I got you. I love you so much. Thanks for listening to the little whatever this was, but I just wanted to pop in and just be like, no, like burnout was a whole ass identity. And we lived it, and it's validated. Yeah. But we got this. I'll see you next time. Love you. Thank you for tuning in to another amazing episode of the Ready to Rise podcast. It means so much to me to have you here and to get to share all of this with you. If this one resonated, literally just send this to a friend, share it with her right now, because there's so many women out there who really need this information. And I would also love it if you could take a quick screenshot, throw it up on Instagram, tag me at Hello Audrey Rose so that I can connect with you and get to know you. But thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. Have a blessed and beautiful day, and I will see you next time.